The monstrosities were hailing something which had poked itself out of the nauseous aperture to seize the hellish fare proffered it. It was something quite ponderous, even as seen from my sight, something yellowish and hairy, and endowed with a sort of nervous motion. It was large, perhaps as a good-sized hippopotamus, but very curiously shaped. It seemed to have no neck, but 5 separate, shaggy heads, spreading in a row from a roughly cylindrical trunk. The first very small, the second good-sized, the third and fourth equal and largest of all. The fifth rather small, though not so small as the first. Out of these heads darted curious rigid tentacles which seized ravenously on the excessively great quantities of unmentionable food placed before the aperture. Once in a while the thing would leap up, and occasionally it would retreat into its den in a very odd manner. Its locomotion was so inexplicable that I stared in fascination, wishing it would emerge further from the cavernous lair beneath me. Then it did emerge. And at the sight I turned and fled into the darkness up the higher staircase that rose behind me, fled unknowingly up incredible steps and ladders and inclined planes to which no human sight or logic guided me, and which I must ever relegate to the world of dreams for want of any confirmation. It must have been a dream, or the dawn would never have found me breathing on the sands of Giza before the sardonic dawn-flushed face of the Great Sphinx. The Great Sphinx! God, that idle question I asked myself on that sun-blessed morning before. What huge and loathsome abnormalities was the Sphinx originally carven to represent? Accursed is the sight, be it dream or not, that revealed to me the supreme horror, the unknown god of the dead, which licks its colossal chops up in this unsuspected abyss, fed hideous morsels by soulless absurdities that should not exist. The 5-headed monster that emerged, that 5-headed monster as large as a hippopotamus, the 5-headed monster, and that of which it is the merest forepaw. But I survived, and I know it was only a dream.